Good afternoon. Vishwa Shankar reporting from the 2016 North American International Automotive Show. I'm here with Robert Wright, Financial Times, who's the U.S. industry correspondent. Hi, Robert.
Hi there.
Welcome to the show. Robert, 2015 was seen as the year of many highs for the automotive industry, thanks to the oil prices which started trading all-time lows, and that kind of helped the SUVs grow in terms of their momentum and also helped the cars in terms of sustain their sales and not just lose track when the sales of the SUVs were going up. What do you think about the trends for 2016, and where do you think that the automotive industry is putting all their money?
Well, what we're seeing here, I think, is really interesting split between the stuff that gets a lot of attention, which is the electric vehicles, the automotive, all those kinds of things which are quite exciting, which don't actually sell in very large numbers, and some of the more everyday things like the SUVs and pickup trucks we're surrounded by here, which are selling in very big numbers. So I think we're going to continue to see this split between these two things. It strikes me that a lot of this talk about electrification and so on is driven by regulatory concerns. Car makers have to meet the new CAFE standards. They have to get their miles per gallon up very, very substantially by 2025. So you've got that on one hand. But on the other hand, with low oil prices, consumers want pickup trucks, they want SUVs. So the car makers are continuing to crank those out. So there continues to be this strange split, I think, between the two sides.
Yeah, that's an interesting point when you mentioned that. And early in the day, we saw the North American OEMs, especially Ford, Chrysler, and GM. They weren't ready to step on each other's toes. Like Chrysler coming out with the Pacifica, the minivan. GM started to show their Bolt and the Chevy Cruze hatchback on the different segments of B and C. Then we saw Ford unveil the midsize, then the pickup trucks, and also talk about the Escape SUV. So it's like interesting mix of vehicles, which are both cars and SUVs, EVs or non-EVs. And we've also seen the German OEMs talk about the likes of the Hedgetrons and the performance vehicles. What do you think are 2 or 3 key trends that the consumers or the industry has to watch out for in 2016?
This move towards greater electrification continues to be important, and there's some very obvious. The Bolt is a very obviously eye-catching vehicle, and a very specifically electric vehicle, but we are beginning to see these trends towards lightweighting and so on infecting an awful lot of vehicles. So I understand that the new GMC vehicle that's going to be unveiled tomorrow is going to be considerably lighter. So we're going to see that spread into some of these ordinary, rather boring vehicles, I think. But really, I think just low oil prices are going to continue to dominate the sector, and if you've got some vehicles ready that are SUVs or pickup trucks or something like that, you're probably going to do well. If you've got things that are not so much the kinds of things that are in fashion, you're probably going to struggle a little bit.
That's a very interesting comment. Thank you, and it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Okay.